All right, here talking about the experiment 7 calculations. And so after the lab, the first thing you're going to calculate is the NaOH solution concentration. So you could use the M1V1 equals M2V2, but like I discussed in pre-lab, this isn't accurate, but it's nice to do it because you can actually kind of get confirmation then on the way you're supposed to solve it. So it would be an approximation. This way is way better. That's why we use the titration method. And so what you're going to use then is you're going to use the concentration of the acid and the volume. All right. That's what you know. So you know that those two variables were able to solve for the moles or millimoles. And so if you just take concentration times the volume in milliliters, and remember all the acid was added through a pipette, so that number is going to be the same for all trials. And that'll give you millimoles. And then using a balanced equation, we can relate that to millimoles of base. And then you want to get the volume, right? And you need the volume. So if you start at 0, it's easy. If you started at like 20 and then went to 35, you want to shift it, right? It's final minus initial. So you'll get the volume from your burette, and this is the number that's going to change each time. And so now that you have the millimoles and the volume in milliliters, you can simply divide those, and the milli cancels. And so if we divide those two, we get this, and we get moles over liter, which is molarity. All right. So that's what you need to do for part 1. You'll do it for all of them. And the only number changing is this concentration. So the you can just look at the amounts and do the RSD with that. The standard deviation be different, but the nice thing is the RSD will reflect that. But as a whole, we want you to do the calculation for each of them. And like I said, you can check this by going back to like the pre-lab. You can look at the M1V1 equals M2V2 with the given concentration. It'll be a little off, but this is more accurate. All right, so that's what you do for part 1. And now you're going to go to the next one, and you're going to look at your unknown, and it's the flipped calculation. So now for your unknown, that you know the concentration and you know that volume, so you get the millimoles of it. And again, using Bow's equation, you can relate it to. So now that we have millimoles, just like before, we can take that and divide by the volume of the pipette that we pipetted in to get the concentration. So you don't have to calculate standard deviation by hand. Again, you can throw those numbers in for your different trials into Excel. Just grab a screenshot showing how you're calculating Excel. That's good, works for me. All right, so you're going to do all those calculations, do your report, and then afterwards you're going to submit it online to the Google form. And if you have any troubles with that, just email me. The link is in the Brightspace folder, and you'll have part 1, initial, final volumes. And then finally, at the end, you'll have the concentration of your base and the concentration of your acid. And so I'll pre-screen, give the TAs your points, and then your results. And then as they grade the report, then they'll have those values. All right, that's it.